Have you ever felt like you're missing the true essence of Ramadan? We fast from dawn to dusk, pray through the night, yet something still feels incomplete. Meet Bilal, a young Muslim whose struggle might sound familiar. Every Ramadan, he started with high hopes, but by the end, he felt spiritually drained instead of fulfilled. Going through the motions, counting hours until iftar, feeling disconnected despite his efforts. Until one day, he discovered something that changed everything: the forgotten wisdom of how Prophet Muhammad truly lived during Ramadan. What Bilal uncovered didn't just change his approach, it revolutionized his entire Ramadan experience. Bilal had always loved the idea of Ramadan, but the reality? His mind wandered during prayers, his focus drifted more to food than faith, and by Eid he felt unchanged. One evening, feeling lost, he confided in his wise grandfather. "Grandfather, I try so hard, but Ramadan never feels the way it should." The old man's eyes lit up with wisdom. "Have you ever studied how the Prophet spent Ramadan?" Bilal hesitated. He had read about fasting, but had he truly understood? His grandfather smiled. "If you want to unlock the true beauty of this month, you must follow in the footsteps of our beloved Prophet." That night, as his grandfather shared the teachings of the Prophet, Bilal's perspective shifted dramatically. The Prophet increased his worship in Ramadan, praying long into the night, giving charity, and seeking forgiveness constantly. Sahih al-Bukhari 2024. Bilal suddenly realized he had been treating fasting as a mere task, not as a spiritual journey. "And do you know how he spent the last 10 nights?" His grandfather continued. "He would leave everything behind, dedicating himself completely to worship, seeking Laylatul Qadr." Sahih Muslim 1174. The contrast between the Prophet's devotion and Bilal's casual approach was stark. He felt a mix of shame and determination. Pause for reflection. That was the moment Bilal made his decision. This Ramadan would be different. He began waking up for tahajjud, even if just for a few minutes. He slowed his Quran recitation, savoring each verse rather than racing through pages. He remembered the words of the Prophet, "The best among you are those who learn the Quran and teach it." Sahih al-Bukhari 5027. Inspired by the Prophet's unmatched generosity, Bilal made sure to give charity daily. The Messenger of Allah was the most generous of people, and even more generous during Ramadan. Sahih al-Bukhari 3554. With each intentional act, something within Bilal awakened. Ramadan was no longer just about enduring hunger. It became a sacred opportunity to purify his soul and strengthen his connection with Allah. By the last 10 nights, Bilal experienced something he never had before: genuine spiritual peace. For the first time, he wasn't just fasting. He was living Ramadan as the Prophet did. His prayers resonated deeper, his heart felt lighter, his relationship with Allah blossomed like never before. And finally, the words of the Prophet made perfect sense. Whoever fasts Ramadan with faith and seeking reward, all past sins will be forgiven. Sahih al-Bukhari 38. Bilal had discovered the secret. Ramadan isn't simply about abstaining from food and drink. It's about embodying the Prophet's example in every aspect of worship. Ramadan 2025 can be your most transformative yet. Will you follow in the footsteps of our beloved Prophet? What's one sunnah you'll commit to this Ramadan? Comment below. And if you want more powerful Islamic reminders that change lives, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because true Ramadan transformation begins when we look beyond ourselves and follow the perfect example we've been given.